My name is Jake. My world is popcorn and soda. Hey guys, the Casual Movie Guy is back here, and today I'm talking about Mad Max Fury Road. Alright, so if you guys don't already know, Mad Max Fury Road is the latest installment in the Mad Max franchise, which was created by George Miller, and the last movie came out over 30 years ago, and he comes back to write and direct this movie, and I am not lying to you guys when I say this is one of the best movies I have ever seen. By far, one of the best action movies I have seen in a long, long time. I am not joking around when I talk about this movie. This movie was such a good film. It is such an experience watching it. It is a feat in cinema history, and honestly, it is an instant classic. If you guys want to talk about the pros of the movie, let's start with that, because there are so many good things about this movie. I'll start off with the action. This film had such good action. It was mind-blowing. There's so much going on in each scene. There's such good action, and it's filmed so perfectly. In a lot of action movies nowadays, you have jump cuts to hide the fact that directors don't know how to film action. But in this movie, you have wide camera angles that show all the action in its glory. It is so awesome to see because you have so much going on. You have people on top of cars fighting other people while the cars are moving. You have cars flipping and getting blown up. And one of the coolest things is another pro about this movie is that it's all practical effects. The director himself has stated that 80% of this movie is practical effects. That means when you're seeing these cars flipping and exploding and there's people hanging on poles 30 feet up in the air while the car's moving and they're swaying back and forth, all that practical, realistic effects, that's actually happening, and that adds so much more to the movie. The director himself said that the only parts of the movie that were CGI were the landscapes and the stuff, around them to kind of give the feel of a post-apocalyptic world. But all the action was realistic, and that makes the movie so much more better. Another thing I want to talk about is the performance by Charlize Theron. Holy crap, is she a phenomenal actress, and we already knew that going into this movie. Despite A Million Ways to Die in the West, which is a shit movie, but even she was good in that. But this movie, this is her Aliens. Holy crap, this is like one of the best performances I've ever seen by a female actress in a movie. She completely sells the role, and she kicks so much ass. She totally gets away from that damsel in distress or just the girl that they put in movies to be the relationship to the main character, who is usually a guy. But she kicks so much ass in this movie. She kicks more ass than Tom Hardy, and he's the title character. She is probably my favorite character in this entire movie because she does not take shit. There's one scene in particular where Max himself tries to impose his manliness on her, not in like the way you're thinking, but he tries to steal stuff from her, and she just beats his ass, and it's just so cool because she's a female character, and you don't see that enough nowadays. Back in the day, you had that with T2, with Sarah Connor, you had it with Aliens, with Ellen Ripley, but it's just so cool to see. Now, if you guys do want a con for this movie, I'm going to say that it has to do with the portrayal of Mad Max. Not that it is bad at all, because Tom Hardy does a really, really good job as Mad Max. But personally, as being a huge fan of the originals, I thought Mel Gibson's portrayal of Max was a lot better, just because he had that calm collectedness about himself, and that was really cool to see, and he really understood the character and embraced it. Now, Tom Hardy does a good job, but I just feel like he could have portrayed the character better, maybe try to do an Australian accent, maybe deliver the lines a little better. A lot of people are saying that the plot is too slow, and it's not a good plot because it's, a lot of the movie is action. I'd say 96% of the movie is action. Well, those people don't understand. This is a simplistic plot, and I like that because it doesn't get too convoluted. It's an action movie. It's not a drama. I don't need this big convoluted complex plot to make the movie interesting. I want to see really good action with a good storyline, and this movie has that. It's a simple escort mission. They're going from point A to point B, and that's what the movie is, and along the way you just have so much fun with it. And that is one of the best parts about this movie, is that it's so much fun. But overall, this movie is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. Without a doubt, the best movie of the year so far. I don't know if anything can compete with this. Definitely look for this on my top 10 movies of the year list. It may be in the top 3, without a doubt. It's gonna be on there. It's gonna be really hard to beat this movie, but it was so good. I cannot wait. I heard Tom Hardy has already signed on to do 3 more Mad Max movies, and I am so stoked. Usually I think that may be too many for a franchise because you start adding too many movies and it starts to get bad. But this movie has got me so excited for these new movies, and I am just so pumped to see them. If you are a fan of action movies and in movies of general, and you are waiting for that movie that redefines cinema, go see Mad Max Fury Road, because it is a hell of a time. It is an amazing feat in cinema, and you are doing yourself a humongous disservice if you do not go see this movie. Alright, if you guys want a score for this movie, there isn't one. This movie has broken my goddamn scale. There's no 11 out of 11. This movie broke the scale. I can't even give it a score because that's how awesome it is. Alright guys, I'm the Casual Movie Guy, and if you want to hear more from me, you should definitely hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like this video, check out some of my other ones, and I'm out.